Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Uh, this session we are starting with the project module, and I hope everyone facing the problem and having the queries with the project module. And mainly I'm focusing here how we can manage our projects, internal, external projects, and mainly the project management, then task management, task visualizations, and timesheet management, because since we are into the same industry, uh, we need to track all the tasks, then task related timesheets, billing, and finally the project accounting, where we are creating the budgets and the profitability of the project module. Okay. uh, I hope all are the partners, but can somebody tell me how many people are using Frappe project for their current implementation or for their internal projects? Anybody is using? Hello. Pushkar, I'm audible?
Yes, Naveen, you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Jigar has raised his hand.
Okay. Okay.
No, just you ask me, na, who is using the Frappe project. So
Correct.
we
Correct.
are
Correct.
also using the Frappe project in our company.
Correct. 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 Right. Okay. So out of 66, only three hand raise. So okay. Let's this session will be helpful for everyone. And we'll conduct Q&A after this complete explanation. Okay. So we'll begin with the project module. This is the workspace for the project module, and we'll start creating the project. So before creating project, there are some prerequisites which we need to identify. So to create project, we need to create first the project type, where you can maintain the different type of projects. If you want to segregate into implementation project, if you want to maintain as a development project, enterprise project, SMB projects, right? Internal projects means within the organization what projects you are doing. Might be some partners are developing their custom apps for other facilities. So uh, you can consider that project as a part of this project model. Okay. So here I have considered, so these are the default one which come with the ERP Next, and I have just now I created the enterprise implementation, where you can maintain the description, what is the purpose of this project type, right? You can mention that here. And this is the only prerequisites to create project. With the help of this project type, you can easily create. So I am creating the new project. So there is a two method. One is the ad hoc project creation, where we are creating the direct project into the project module. And another is the template basis, right? So first I'm showing you the normal project creation. So after clicking on add project, we are going into project full screen. So here I will mention the project name. Let's development project. Uh, okay, this is the status: open, completed, or cancelled. Then this is the project type. Here you can add whatever you want. So I'm creating as an internal project. This is the is active or not. Now this is the main thing, where we are maintaining the completion method of the projects, right? So the first type is the manual, where we are manually setting the completion level. So manual tracking, manual updation, everything will be manual in this case. The second option is the task completion. So whatever the task you have created, for example, if you created the 10 tasks under this project and two tasks are completed, then system will treat as a 20% completion of this project, because we have set
Navin, we can't
that
hear you.
particular- Hello?
No,
Yeah,
Navin, yeah, we were not able to hear you.
hello?
Yes, you're back. But
Hello?
there was a cut in your speech.
Now it is audible? Hello?
Yes,
Yes, now it is
yes.
audible.
Yes, audible.
So can you just tell me from where I can start? From the completion method or
Yeah,
this?
same place. No completion method.
Okay, good. So first is a manual method where we are doing all the completion method manually. We are setting all the status manually. We are setting manually, and based on the manual status, we are showing the project completion. The second is a task completion. In the task completion, system treated as a equal weightage for each and every task. So whatever number of tasks you are creating in the system, it is divided into equal ratio, and after completion of that each task, system converts the completion percentage. For example, if I am creating 10 tasks for one individual project, so out of 10, if I completed 2 tasks, so system will display that 20% project is completed. Okay. The third method is your task progress. In task progress, where you can set the manually the percentage, and the completion percentage will be depend on the completed percentage of task. Okay, that we will show you how it works. Okay. And the fourth method is a task weightage. So whenever you are creating the task, might be all tasks not having the similar weightage, correct? For example, you have an implementation project. In the implementation project, you have considered all the implementation steps, but might be one print format or some report formatting is not considered. Okay. That requirement or the change request come at the last moment of time. So to track that particular activity, might be you have created the task in the system, but there is no relevance or there is no weightage for that task. If any milestones going to be hit, that will not impact. So that's why you can consider, and in the task weight you can system gives you the provision to maintain the weightage of that particular task. Okay. Right now I'm taking the simple one, that task completion. Here is the option where you can create project based on the template. Template part we'll see later. So minimum requirement is while creating the project, you have to enter the basic information plus expected project start date and the expected end date, which I can take the 31st. Okay. As per your requirement, you can set the priority of the project, whether it is low or high. Accordingly, you can see this. Similarly, you can tag the department. This particular department belongs to which, this project related to which department, like accounts, dispatch, human resource. Okay. It could be anything, right? After this, you can tag your customer into this project. So whenever you got the project in your organization, you can create a project with the customer name where you can track the entire detail of that particular project. So might be one customer giving multiple projects. So how you will track? So you will create the multiple projects tagging same customer. Okay. At the same time, you can tag the sales order against which sales order you are maintaining this project. Okay. Then next section is the user section where we are attaching user as a web user, which if I want to give the access of this project module to my customer, if they want to track through your system, then you can create a user and attach here. So he will able to see the project status and everything tracking. Okay. If any notes, if you want to maintain special notes related to that project, you can maintain here. The next section is the costing and billing. This we will see in the actual project. Here it is showing limited option. The estimated cost is the estimated value, the single value which you can maintain at the time of initial stages. Okay. And the last section is the monitor progress, where you can set your project progress on as per these frequencies, like hourly, twice in daily or weekly, right? And you have to for that you have to maintain the holiday list also. Okay. So this is how we can create the project. I'm saving this project. Okay. Now, after creating this project, I supposed to create task under this particular project. So if I want to create task for this particular project, so I will create new tasks, development. So once I create this task, it is linked with the predefined project which we have selected already. By default, the status of task is open, priority is low. Accordingly, you can change your priorities. Then you can tag this particular task with the issue. So if you remember that we are using the support module before help desk. So whatever the tickets created, we are treating as a issued from the issue doc type. That issue you can track here, or you can maintain issue list and you can track that here. Okay. Now the type of task, what kind of task it is. So like how we created a project type, you can create a multiple task type also, whether it is a development, whether it is a functional thing, or likewise. Okay. Here is the color coding where you can set the color for that particular task. Okay. If so, usually what happens whenever we are creating tasks for any project, if there is a dependent task, then we need to create the parent task. So how you will create the parent task? So by clicking on each group, you can create the parent task, and below that you can create the child task. Okay. If you want to use any task as a template, you can select the is template checkbox. Okay. Then here is the provision where you can set the weightage of the particular task. So if you remember, just now I told you that in the project completion method based on the weightage, task weightage. So you can set your weightage here manually, right? And if I'm creating any child task, so I have to link that child task under parent task. So I'm just for knowledge, I'm here writing the parent and I'm just creating this group task. Let me put some color. Okay.
Navin, we can't hear you if you're speaking.
Something went wrong actually. Just a moment. Okay. Okay. So now this task got created. After this, you can set the timeline. What is the expected start date for this particular task? Now it's audible, Pushkar?
Yes, Navin.
Yeah. So similarly, you can select the expected start date and expected end date for this particular task. Expected time, how much hours you required. Let's 35 hours we required. So the second method which I shown you, that task progress. So you can maintain this task progress here. You have to update here, and accordingly the system completion, the project completion percentage will get changed. Okay. Since it is a group, you can treat as a milestone also. Milestone is only for the display purpose or the for the notification purpose. There is no other linkage with this particular field. Okay. And here you can mention what information you require, the description of this task. So we have great development requirement. Okay. Similarly, you can create the dependent task. So since we are creating the first task for this particular project, I'm not mapping dependent, but I'll show you this later. Okay, this is the costing. I will tell you how it works. Okay, more information if you want to tag this with the particular department, then that also you can tag. Now I'm saving this. See. Now this parent task got created under this particular project. So this is my project. So this is my project. Now my project completion percentage is 0, it is showing. And if I want to see the project task, I can see through the Gantt chart. See. So here we have mentioned the timelines, and according to that timeline, it will display in the Gantt chart. Okay. Now, if I want to create another task, right? So this is the requirement. I'll create another one more task. So while creating this child task, I will select the parent task here. So immediately system show here that whatever the parent task is already available in the system for this particular project. Okay, because since the project is tagged, it will select only those parent tasks which are created under that particular project. Okay, I am giving the different color for this task. Okay, now we can see the Gantt chart for this particular project. Okay, like this. Okay, since we have, why it is gone up? Because I have not set any timeline for this particular task. Now I will go there and again I will set the timelines. So we will start this from 30th first till hello. Hello.
Yes, you're back.
Just hold on. Now it's visible.
Yes, Naveen, we can see.
So expected end date should be less than or equal to parent task. Okay. Sure. Okay. Now we can see the project again. In this, see. Now this is my parent task under which I have created. So always, so whenever you can see in the Gantt chart, the arrow mark stands for the parent, and the end task, end of this arrow is your child task. Now I will show you the right example which I have already created as a implementation enterprise implementation project where I have created complete this thing. So first we will see the task management. In task management, we will see the how we can view the task. So this is the list view. This is your report view, normal ERP Next report view. Then we can see the Gantt chart. So this is the project I have created as per the requirement and the timeline I have set. Okay. So here is the option where you can change the line of items plus the frequency of the calendar. It's a half day, week or month. So I'm just considering as a week. So you can see here. Now this particular task got completed. So you can see the percentage of completion in the Gantt chart itself. Okay. The similar way. So this is the work in progress Gantt chart. So here the 60% task got completed. So this color identification happens automatically. You need to set only one color for the task, and the rest of this progress will write system automatically. Okay. So these are the task I have created as per the timeline and as per the project plan. So if you remember in the last session, Deepen showcased you that Excel format, correct? This is the exact replica of that particular Excel sheet. So whatever the task we have maintained here, let me show you in another view in the tree form where you can see the all tasks. See the project initiation where it's a kickoff meeting, then your escalation matrix and implementation priorities sets, staging site creation and like this. Okay. After this, the process mapping comes into the picture. For before doing process mapping, we need to set the application. For that, we need some default configuration like company setup, user permission letterhead, email account, and master data templates. Once it is set, then we go for the module-wise scenario mapping in which I have created the module-wise parent ID under which I have created the task for buying module setting, then buying master creation, then buying transaction and buying the reports. I have created this is only for the sample purpose. You can create as per your requirement, whatever the task you are going to perform under this particular module, you can create as per your requirement. Okay. And similarly, after completion of this entire process mapping, the implementation processes where your user training and the UAT comes into the picture. So each module training with the timelines, then user training sign off, then UAT UAT process. Here you can maintain module wise also UAT testing. And this is the final sign off of UAT. Once the UAT completes, and you got the sign off, you can go for the go live process and the support setting in which you will first create the production site with the required masters and the setting. Under master data activities, you can upload all your master related like buying master, stock master, selling master and all. After this, you can go for the opening balances. And once the opening balances are loaded, balances are matched with the existing legacy system, then you can go for live sign off, right? So I have considered entire project process under this particular project. Okay. So this is how you can create the task under the particular project, and you can maintain the completion level. Since I have maintained the task completion, so whatever the task progress I have mentioned, or whatever the task I have completed in the system, according to that, this project completions shows here. Okay. Uh, as of now, anybody has any doubt in this?
Like in this, if we change some date, for some task, the other task date is not changing. That is the issue we are facing actually. Like this, we are
Correct.
creating. Now, if you change one, like some task start date and expected end date is we want to change. After that, all the linked task, which is based on under like all child tasks, then
Correct.
date is not changing automatically. But then we need to go all tasks manually and change one by one.
Okay, so you mean to say whenever you are changing any task timeline in between, that impact should be replicate for other task also, right?
Yeah, normally if some task is depend on this task, then other task will also get delayed.
Right now we don't have that functionality, but we are checking the parent level timelines. So whenever you are now just now you saw that, right? I have created another timeline for the child task and it is not accepting because the parent timeline is different. So I will show you the example here. Right now we have that much only, but for that, what you said, you can raise the feature request for that. So if you see here, I can show you, I don't know. It's visible to everyone. So this is the buying module, right? In the buying module, I can consider this much only the timeline for this particular child activities, right? But the parent of this, where I have mentioned as a module wise scenario mapping, right? So I have considered all the modules. So whatever the timeline I am using for entire all modules, this is the total timeline for that particular task because it is a parent. And if you see here, I have hypothetically, I have considered 1 day for each activity, but here it is showing from 12 to 20th of February, right? It is almost 40 days, correct? So this validation is there, but what you are saying that validation is not there. You can raise the feature request for that. We will try to incorporate that feature in project module. Okay. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Naveen, we can't hear you if you're speaking.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was on mute and I'm just talking. Okay, so I hope the task and project creation is clear to everyone. Okay, now I am taking the part of timesheet management against particular project. So whenever we are creating timesheet, we have to consider each and every task. So if you are assigning any task to any employee, so that that particular employee can submit their timesheet against that particular task. So for example, there are so many tasks. Now I'll go and we'll find
Sorry,
out. Yeah.
hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I've got a question
Yeah.
before you go to the timesheets.
Yeah.
You were showing your Gantt chart earlier. How do you export it out of the system if you want to submit it?
You want to export Gantt chart?
Yeah.
No, I think Gantt chart exporting is not there. Dharmesh, do you have any clue for this? Dharmesh, are you there?
No, we cannot export it.
Yeah, we can't export this Gantt chart.
Maybe you can have a tree view of it. And
Yeah. But here is the option for printing.
maybe check if
Yeah, the idea is you would want to share the timeline with the client, and the Gantt chart is one of the best maybe views that you could share with the client in terms of or in form of a timeline. So I thought maybe there was a way of extracting it.
No, it is not there. But yeah, we can take as a feature request for this.
What we can do is we can create for client like account, and they can access the project, their project, and they can see
Yeah,
directly
that I
from the
will
system.
showcase you in the
So from the
next
portal
part.
page, you can, yeah, for the portal access you can use.
Correct. But again, in the portal also, you can't see the Gantt chart. There is no provision to see Gantt chart. If they want to see specifically the Gantt chart, then in the portal also the Gantt chart is not available. So that's the reason I
Yeah,
told.
because sometimes you want to submit it for the approval of the project
Agreed.
before you start it. So there is no portal at that point or something.
Right. Yeah, we'll keep a note of this, and we will try to give some facility to export this Gantt chart. Okay. Yeah. Any other queries?
Hi, this is Matthew here.
Yeah.
Is it possible to have a burn down chart?
What you're saying? Can you repeat it?
Burn down chart. That means it will show how much is pending, rather how much is completed.
Okay, so you can filter out this Gantt chart with the status wise. You can simply filter the status not equals to completed.
No, that is not actually. It's
See,
like whether
on the Gantt chart-
20% is pending or 10% is pending or 5% is pending, like that.
Yeah. See here only it is showing only the pending task only.
Yeah, but it shows that 60% is complete, not that 40% is incomplete.
Oh. That no, we don't have that.
On the reverse way.
Yeah, we have one delayed task summary where you can see the project wise how many tasks got delayed.
Delayed is again different.
Correct. No, we don't have that. What you are asking. Here we are getting the count in
Nikhil
days.
this side. Hello. Yeah, I have seen one option on the top there. It was mentioned as report. So, is there any report which Matthew sir suggested regarding this? Because under reports there might be some burn down or something like that. Is there any
No,
such
that
report?
needs to be developed, but in the default system it is not there. That is what I'm telling you.
Okay.
In the default system it is not there, but we can definitely develop this because we never got this kind of requirement before. So we can do this. Ultimately, we have to just display the data, right? What we have.
And another thing, like, if completion can be based on time based, that means we are giving start date and end date. Then we know that it takes 10 days to complete this or 20 days. and based on the days, like how much it is completed, if instead of we manually giving like you have a completion task completion, which is it takes equally. Maybe one task is taking 10 days, and another second task may take only 1 day.
Correct. But we
So-
never know when the task is going to be completed, right?
Right. So once they keep completed, so we know start date and end date. Based on that, you can say that, okay, this is 60% is complete or 40% is complete.
Yeah. So if you see in this, I'm just opening this particular task where you can see since it is completed. See, when I mark as a completed.
Yeah, this will take equal, right? All tasks
It is
has equal
asking for the
weightage.
completion date when you have completed this, right? And this is the timeline, this is the expected one, and this is the actual one when
Right.
you have completed,
Right.
right? So this is there. See, this is only when you are changing status as a completed, right?
Yeah.
And where you can mention the name, the person who completed this task. Okay.
Right. Mhm.
So you will get the expected versus actual calculation also.
Yeah, that is fine.
On the same date basis, the report which I shown you currently, that is delayed task summary. So these are the dates delay as per the expected end date. If you can see here, right? These are the days, right? Now, yeah. Any other questions on task? Can we move to further topic? That is timesheet. Okay.
Naveen, on this one, project updates, can you give a good relevance and also like, how effectively it can be used?
Yeah, so first of all, I shown you the project creation and the task creation where you are maintaining your entire project plan, right?
Right.
Okay. Now I will tell you how to execute this plan. So in the execution means you are assigning tasks to your employees. Okay. Now employee worked on that particular task and they are submitting their timesheet against this particular task. Okay. Which is going to be recorded. Now this timesheet can be generate the sales invoice for billing purpose to your customer. And this timesheet you can use for the salary generation also. So we have the provision where we can generate the salary slip based out of timesheet. Okay, that is what I'm displaying here. Just see, and then we'll take this question related to execution. Okay. Yeah. So before creating the timesheet management, we need to create the different types of activities, and we need to configure the activity cost also. So these are the activity types. Here I have created some activities related to our industry, and these are the some random numbers which I have entered. For example, in the planning, you can see here, this is the particular activity. This is the costing rate, default costing rate, and this is the default billing rate. This is going to be treated as a cost for this particular project, and this is going to be treated as a billing to my customer. If I'm billing for this particular activity to my customer, then system will pick this particular rate. So this is the default rate. This is not the final rate. We have different types of employees, right? Some are senior, some are freshers, some. So for implementation, so the functional person having the different rate, tester having the different rates, developer having the different rates, so that you can maintain into the activity cost, where we are actually mapping the person with the activity. For here, if you can see, I have maintained this record for one of the employee for the discovery activity. This is the employee code, and these are the rates as per the employee, right? Not as per the activity type which I have created. If you see in the discovery doc type, see here I have mentioned the costing rate is 800 rupees and billing rate is 1600 rupees. But as per employee or as per the resource, we can set our rates linked with that particular activity. So here I have said instead of 1600, I have said 3000. Instead of 800, I have said here as a 1800. So it depends on case to case basis. So here you can maintain the activity cost. Once the activity cost is maintained, then you can create the timesheets, right? Here I have created one sample timesheet. I will showcase you first. So in this, I have selected the company and the particular timesheet got created for this particular customer. Here I can use the multi-currency also. If you are dealing outside country, so the respective currency you can maintain along with the exchange rate, what exchange rate you are going to apply. Now this is the employee for which we are maintaining this timesheet. We will maintain the start date and end date for this particular. So might be some of the customers asking for the weekly timesheet, some are asking for daily, some are asking for monthly. So you can ask your employee to maintain timesheet as per the requirement. Here I can add the multiple rows. Okay. So let me create again one more timesheet. So here I will select my company, then customer. Here I am selecting the project for against which project I am doing this timesheet. Or you can create directly through the project. Same thing. Here you can select the currency as per your requirement with the currency exchange rate. Now I am selecting creating the another timesheet. Okay. The activity type could be anything. So I am taking the execution from date. Let's years. Then another activity. $20. Now, whenever I am adding any activity into the timesheet, I can maintain my expected hours. Let's 60 hours, but actually I am charging the 30 hours. Okay, whether this task got completed or not. Okay, after this, whether this particular timesheet or this timeline is billable or not billable. Okay, before that, I have to attach the task. Okay. Because I have added another this thing activity, so it is locked. So here I can I'm attaching this task. So now here you can see the billing hours and the billing rate as per the record we mentioned, correct? Now there is a one, I'm removing this activity.
Navid, your voice is gone again.
No. I think it is taking time.
Yeah, Naveen, meanwhile, it is refreshing. I have a question regarding the timesheet.
Hmm.
Can this timesheet be shared with the client via workflow for the approval? Like I have a project, my guys are working there, okay, and then the timesheet supposed to be approved by the client.
Yes. Through the portal view, you can share the timesheet with customer.
And I can create a workflow so that he can approve, right?
Yeah, but I'm not sure whether that workflow will work for the outside user or not, outside organization. That we need to check.
Because my purpose is not to show the timesheet. My purpose is to have a seamless
Get the approval on the timesheet.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure whether this system will allow you to.
But I think workflow will only work or help when you are maintaining a single timesheet for a particular project and not employee wise. So
Okay. So what
But
is
is,
the work?
is
If there is any workaround or something?
no, you can add workflow. That is not a problem. You
Okay.
can have a workflow and you can have a status as draft or something based on from your employee, and that can be sent to the customer. But it is still use case basis. Like customer will keep approving each and every line item of your timesheet or a
No,
single
that won't work. Okay.
type
That's
of a
why
timesheet.
that irritated. Okay.
Yeah.
only maybe a follow-up question on the same item or aspect. Is it possible to print out I'm thinking of a situation whereby you need to submit either a job card based on the timesheets or tasks or a report of some sort which shows what happened and the time it took, so that maybe in the absence of that approval, we submit that report to the customer as a printout, then they can sign it off.
Yeah. You can anyway
That
create
you
a
can show.
print format for your
I
timesheet.
will show you that. So this
Or even you can share also, no, with customer, the share
yeah.
log.
So after submitting of this timesheet, you can share with the your customer also. That I will show you. Okay. Now this timesheet got submitted. Okay. So here you can see the billing details, 30 hours billed. The billable amount is a 66,000, which you are going to bill to your customer. And this is the cost which you have to pay for this particular employee. So in this case, what I'll do is I will create the sales invoice. Okay. I will select the consultation and implementation. Create a sales invoice. I will keep a draft copy of this. Now you can send this draft copy to your customer, because in this you can see the timesheet details also here. in the at the bottom side. Okay. Hello. And this is the
Naveen,
Yeah, in this,
that you
yeah,
have to customize a print where you will
print
add the
format,
timesheet.
right? Where we can add this table, this
Yes.
child table
That's
of
it.
timesheet into that particular printout.
Yeah. But
okay,
anyway,
but
you
in
can also
this,
create, anyway, you can also have a print of a timesheet directly from a timesheet
Yeah,
record. Can you just
that is
go
also possible. So
timesheet?
in the timesheet, here you can take the it is coming in the timesheet submitted.
So over here you can see. So
Just hold on. Okay.
this is the default one. So
Yeah.
but you can have the timesheet record as per your requirement for
So
this.
this task belongs to your particular project. This is the project name, and this is the project code which you have already shared with your customer, and this is the execution time what you have used, right? And this is the billing hours. As per the rate, it is calculating the amount. So this you can share with your customer for approval.
So can you then include the detail, like what the actual activity was? Because they said execution, but the description now to say, okay, this is exactly what happened. And what if there is more than one timesheet and you want it to be approved on one report or something like that?
So we have linked this task, right? And task has its own description. With the project plan you already shared with your customer, correct? So they know that this timesheet gets generated for this particular task. So you want the description of this particular task, then you can bring that also. We need to just modify the print format here, and we can easily bring this into this particular printout. So this is the default format. You can create your own format as per your requirement. It is not necessary that you have to use the same format, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a question regarding submission of timesheets. Can the employee submit their timesheet like instead of the project
Uh,
manager entering?
The answer is yes, but you can apply workflow in that case. If you
Oh.
required the somebody or HOD or the supervisor wants to approve that timesheet, you can put your workflow on the timesheet.
It's not about approval. It's just that for logging, because there are multiple people working on one project.
Correct.
So I would want each of the, say, user one, user two, user three, they would submit whatever time they have spent for that project independently.
Correct.
So is there an interface for that where they can submit the data?
So they have to log in into system now.
Yeah, their own account, and they can submit their own timeline and it will show up over here.
Correct.
Is that what
Correct.
you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
in the timesheet list, see, right now I have created two. One
right.
is already built and this is submitted just now in front of you, right? Likewise, you can create the multiple timesheet and the reporting manager or the person who is the authorized person to approve this. They can just open it, view it, what is maintained in this, and they can approve it.
Okay. And if one employee is submitting timesheets for multiple projects, can all those timesheets be collectively looked at?
For that particular employee.
Yeah, for that employee, like
So
different projects.
here we have the filter for employee where you
Okay.
can select. And for example, see, there are the multiple states,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now you have to figure out in which state timesheet you want to view it, correct? So mostly the
Okay.
draft or the submitted, correct?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If
All right.
the employee is himself approving the timesheet, then it is a submitted. If the
Okay.
person who is entering the timesheet, if he is not approving the timesheet, then in the draft state,
Okay.
and you can filter out through employee.
Okay.
So you will get the multiple timesheet for that particular employee for that particular period.
For
Might
all the projects they worked on.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Also, you
Okay.
can put the filter for project also.
Okay.
So
Got
you
it.
can go to the project here, filter, and select the project. So you will get the timesheet belongs to particular project. See, here you can see the multiple projects.
Got
So
it.
which project you want to see, you can see accordingly.
All right.
Okay.
Any user we can give only timesheet access. Let's suppose I'm
Yeah.
deciding to give access to my client, but then I want to restrict him only for the timesheet so that I can play with the workflow. Is that possible?
You want to give access to your client?
My client as a system, not system, as a normal login user for the system, which usually we just type email ID and the password, not from as an outsider. Okay, and I want to restrict him with
Yeah,
the
so you
timesheet
can
on.
create a custom role for that, in which you will assign the particular doc type, and so you know about this, right? Role permission manager.
Okay, so yeah,
In the role
that's fine.
permission manager, simply you will select the timesheet here, and which role you have created as a new role for that particular user. You can select here, and accordingly you can give the access out of this options. So here you can give the like this. This is an auditor. He is a third party person, but he can log in into my system with this particular auditor role, and he can
Okay.
view the things. Means whatever
He
the
can view and he can approve also, right?
No, it's up to you.
Whatever I give the access to.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
Okay.
approval totally depends on the workflow. Okay.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
creation, deletion, edit, read, submit, right? Import, report, that you can manage by role permission manager.
Okay. I get it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Good. Also, you can use the user permission to restrict particular user for particular project or particular selected area, right? Wherever you want to restrict. Might be one of your customer is a enterprise customer, and he is running multiple projects. Okay. But from your side, there is only one person who is handling the entire project, multiple projects. But at the client side might be a different stakeholders for different project. Okay. So what you will do in that case, you will create the multiple projects in your system, and you will give the user permission to respective user, the outside users, right? So that they can see only the record related to their project.
Yeah, I
Correct?
get it.
Even though
I
they
get
are under same customer, but they can see the only records related to their particular project.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I have a question on when you're creating the project and the timesheet. So when you invoice the client, does that particular transaction hit accounts receivable for the project when you pay the salary for the project team by generating salary? Does it hit the accounts payable and accounts receivable?
Accounts receivable.
Automatically. Accounts receivable for the invoice, and accounts payable for the salary
expenses
that you
or the purchase invoices, whatever you enter against that particular customer or project.
Yes.
That I will show you right now. Okay. So this is what we have submitted, and I have created the invoice against this. This draft invoice you can submit as per your requirement. Similarly, you can create the salary slip against the particular timesheet. So here is the button, create salary slip. I will click on this and see. So as per the configuration, whatever the configuration you have done in the salary structure, based out of that, see here for 2 days, it is generating the salary slip. These are the earnings, whatever the timesheet I have attached for this particular salary slip, that is also maintaining here. So for the 30 hours, with the 900 rupees rate, this 900 rupees rate I have maintained into the salary structure, right? So it is coming from there. Okay. Yeah. So this is how you can create the timesheet. You can generate the invoices against the timesheet. At the same time, you can generate the salary slip based out of timesheet. Okay. Now the last and final chapter is the project accounting, in which we are doing the project budgeting basically. So you know the budget doc type. Here I have created the sample budget for this particular project too. Okay. Here I have set some control actions against the material request, purchase order, or the actual expenses. Right. These are my budgets, and this is equally divided into all the months for that particular calendar. Okay, for that particular fiscal year. Sorry. Okay. After entering this budget, I can do my expenses against this project. So what I'll do first, I will show you the purchase invoice which I have raised for that particular invoice. So this is what. So in this particular purchase invoice, I have tagged the project, right? And I have selected the item as a third party services. Might be you are subcontracting some activity to your another partner or the third party. This is the right example which you can use for the billing purpose, right? So you are taking the subcontracting efforts or the services from the another person to whom you have to pay, right? So you can create the purchase invoice against that by selecting the same project. Okay. And this particular invoice will reflect into your project. So I'm just duplicating to show you the records. So this is my project. So I told you this while creating it is showing only the estimated cost, but when you start using the entire module, this accounting module, the other fields get populated in the read-only mode. So if you see the purchase cost of rupees 15,000, it's showing displaying here because I have added purchase invoice against this particular project, right? So similarly, we can do the expense claim. So your employees are traveling for project work to client side or plant. They are doing the visits, correct? So they can they can raise their expenses claim. Sorry, here I have created one sample expenses for travel, local travel, and here he spent around 1200 rupees, which is reflecting into in the costing section here. See the total expense claim, correct? Similarly, whatever we have billed to our supplier, right? That is that you can see here. This is billable amount. It is coming from the activity cost or the billing amount, the billing rate, what we said. As per that, it is showing the billing amount. So you can easily compare how much you billed, and still there is one bill for submission. Let's submit that bill, which we have created recently. So this is into draft mode. I will submit this. After submission of this, you can see that see now the 2,16,000 because the recent bill got updated. So anytime, any moment of time, you can update your progress here. Okay.
I have a question now.
Yeah.
I suppose there are any journal entries related to the project. Where will it reflect here? And if suppose I want to add, these are the fixed read-only field, or I can add.
No, these are the fixed. These are the fixed field. Yeah. So for your question, I will show you the this thing. The project profitability report is there, where you where system can show you all the records.
Now, if I want to see the budget versus actual in the same the read-only field and the general, can I add that or it's not possible?
So here is the report, budget variance report. Okay, this is against the project. I will select the project code.
No, I get this. I know this one. This is available. I mean, in the same screen where you have the costing area.
What do you want to see there?
Here in costing area, suppose I want to see the budget amount, which is how much we budgeted for this project. And then if suppose there is any miscellaneous expenses, general voucher and all, anything I can add here, is that possible? This is my question.
Yeah, you can add as per your requirement, but in the standard, what we have developed as of now, what you are asking, it is not there. On this same page, it is not available, but you can add as per your requirement.
Simply in the same area, or it will be because I know from journal entry we can add.
Yeah. Because see, we are not restricting to create any field or the anything in the system, correct? So you can create as per your requirement. So based out of this expense and income, it is showing you the gross margin. Yeah, here. Right. And finally, I can show you the user mapping. So I have created and so I have mapped my user only as a.
Just before you go to the user mapping, just a question. If you take the progression or the flow of setting up, like now the budget, once I get maybe assigned the contract for the client and we've agreed the contractual, the cost and all that, is that the time when I enter all those budgeting and the costing for each particular project, so that by the time I'm coming to do timesheets and billing and all that, it's reading from the whatever was budgeted, or how does it happen? How is the flow? Just briefly.
Oh, I didn't get you. Some voice is breaking. Can you just repeat again your question?
I'm saying, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying, assuming, just checking the normal process that goes, I go to a client, I get the project, we've signed the contract and all that. And in that particular contract, that's when you've agreed how much I'm going to charge. And then now I'm entering that particular project into the system. So that's where I put in all the project amount.
Correct.
And all the ceiling and all that. So by the time I'm doing the timesheets and all those things, will they be reading from the whatever was budgeted in the project, so that it's doing the knockoff from so that I do not overcost a certain, maybe a timesheet or a certain activity beyond what was budgeted. So the question is, the budgeting is done first before you come to this other area of billing and the salaries and all that.
Correct.
Okay.
So in that case, you have to first modify your budget, because in that case, might be system will not allow you to spend over expense against that particular project, because you have whatever the actions you have mentioned. I'll show you where. So whenever we are creating any budget, right, we are setting this action. Okay. So as per this action system behaves. So if it is see, if it is exceeding on the monthly basis, then I have said as a warn, right? So it will warn me, but it will allow me to create that transaction. But if it is exceeding my annual budget, correct, then it will stop me to do the transaction. Because if I'm exceeding my annual budget, that means whatever the planning happened in the initial of the fiscal year, right? We are modifying that. So if management agrees to this particular point, in that case, first you have to come here and you have to modify your existing budget, and then you can do your transactions for the transactions. Because might be the currency fluctuation, or the reason could be anything, or might be the junior resources left the organization, and while hiring the new resources, they are experienced and quite expensive. So in that case, your budget is going to be exceed whatever you have planned initial of this project, right? So that you can modify before doing that transaction. So if anytime it is giving you the warning if it is exceeding any of the limit, either monthly or the annually, correct? So that you
Okay.
can do here. So system allowing you to modify the budget. It is not like that. Once you set, it is permanently set. Okay. You
Okay.
can modify, and you can maintain your version. See here also I have maintained the another version. So 001 is another version of this original budget, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now the final part of this session is the remote access to your customer. So I will quickly show you how you can do this. So my customer is mapped in the customer details section. Similarly, I have to create one user, right? And I will map this user into this particular customer tab here. He is as a portal user. You can see here, right? Once you map this as a portal user, then you have to map same thing in this project user module also. User table, child table. Okay. Now, since I am the portal user, I have said I can see both the results in the same user ID. So you can just click on the see on the web. Here you can see the timesheet, whatever you have built to your particular customer. Now I am viewing as a customer. Okay, might be some records will not display because I have configured under the same. Yeah. So here you can see the build timesheets. Here you can see the project related to that customers, right? The new project we have created, but it is asking that not permitted. So wherever I have given the permission to see that records, there only you can go and can check this. Similarly, I can see the invoices, whatever the invoices I have generated. So this is for project consulting. These are the amounts. And yeah, if you want to see the detailed invoice, you can see like this way. Okay. So here you can add whatever the doc type you want to see. So I will tell you from where you can do this. So we have the portal setting. In the portal setting, you can map the doc types whichever you want to display your customer. Accordingly, system will display the records on the portal. Okay. So Yeah, that's it for this project module. Now, anybody can ask if you have any questions. Yeah. Dharmesh, can you please check any question in the chat box?
What about the project template? This might be.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Totally forgot. Okay, so we know how to create project and how to create tasks. So template is the predefined structure where you can map your task as a template, and while creating the project you can select that project template and system will create that task. So no need to create one by one task. Okay, instead of creating, so I have created this template for around 91 tasks, and if I want to create this new project with this particular template, so I will show you how it works, how fast it works. So project test 003, and here I am selecting the template. Yeah. See, now this project test 3 is created along with the task. See, now here you can see all the tasks are open. Okay. So this will help you to create the repeated task. Means if you are doing implementation and your processes are same, so you can create a template for that particular task. And whenever you are creating any implementation project, you can create through the project template. So template will help you only for creating the task. Okay.
If I receive an order, okay, and I make a sales order,
Correct.
can I convert that line item in sales order as a task? I mean, I will convert my sales order into project, and then my line item, which is basically the customer has asked me to do, I want to convert that to task.
Yeah, that is possible. So tasks you can create anything, whatever you required. And there is no direct provision to create project from the sales order, but you can tag sales order into project module. Say,
No, there is an
so
option I have seen. You just go to sales order. There is an option to create project from there. Open sales order. No, this is cancelled only.
Yeah.
And then go to create. You have project.
Okay.
Okay. Now, suppose I create one sales order. In sales order, I have a line item. I have like 10 tasks. Means the customer asked me to do 10 item. That I want to convert to task.
No, that is not possible.
No. That is not possible. Means in the default system it is not there, but you can handle this case through scripting, where you can create directly task whatever the line item you have mentioned in the sales order. Through scripting, small scripting through, you can do this. Server script or something.
But then if it is repeating, because this customer will be handling this, so the scripting, is there something like with template is something else?
No, the scripting is nothing but the configuration, basically. You have to write a query.
Maybe what you can do is you can have your general task created and assign and add those tasks into the items in sales order itself. So whenever you convert that sales order to project, all those tasks get pulled and
that is also possible, correct?
Yeah.
So what Dharmesh trying to say here is, this is your item line item. You can create the task field inside this particular table as a child table, right? And here you have to link that particular task. Okay. And the basis of this particular task, you can fetch the record into task. But Dharmesh, again, there is a problem. So either task created after project creation, or it is after or it is along with the template. So I don't think so this will work, but scripting will
But anyway,
definitely work.
scripting will work with that. If you have a
Yes, yes.
reference of a task in item, it will work with scripts.
Yeah, but after creation of the project, right?
That you have to look what
Yeah.
based on your use case.
Better you write a script. So after
Mhm.
submission of project, system will automatically add the task into that particular project.
Okay, we'll look into it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Any other questions? So there is one request to all the partners. So we see in the starting only few people raise their hands as they are using the project module. So I will suggest all partners to try to explore this, and if you feel any gaps to fulfill this, you can raise the concern or the uh, GitHub issues. We will try to create that things into the project model. Yeah.
Sir, can you explain project updates?
Okay. So in project updates, what happened? So it is a kind of notification in the project updates. So whenever you are see here, you have to set that frequency, okay, and whatever the user you have set into this particular user, right? System sends the notification to all those user as an update. So whatever the progress of this particular project, it will send automatically as per the schedule time and the frequency. The frequency you can set here from hourly, twice, or daily or weekly, right? Might be you are having customer management review call weekly basis, or right. So you can set this one day before or after the meeting, whichever is suitable for you, because might be you will be doing some changes. So that message you can write here, and this update will go to the customer. Okay. Yeah.
Hi.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm Matthew here again.
Yeah.
Can you just open the project which you created from template?
Okay. I have created
That-
these two. Which one
Yeah,
you want
no,
to
no, project test 003, you
Okay.
just now you created. Can you
Okay.
open the task?
Yeah.
Yeah, and can you open one of the tasks, maybe initiation, yeah, or maybe Gantt chart also should be like
You want to
this.
see the Gantt chart? Yeah.
Yes, how it is it the date also comes up like
No, no,
number?
no, 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 no. No, dates
So
are not coming. Which
again, that means we have to go to each task and give manually the number of days, expected days, everything, right?
Yeah, so I'll give you one suggestion on that. Okay, there
Mhm.
is a one workaround. So if you see in the
If you can open one task, I will I'll let you know.
no,
I mean, I
I
can tell
will.
you what I'm saying.
I don't know why it is happening now.
I think your net
No, it
is
is
low.
no, but call is going on, right?
Yeah.
Now it's visible.
Yes, yes.
Now I'm going to project. It's the third one.
Yeah.
This task, I'm going into task.
Yeah, one.
Okay.
And we have
So,
timeline.
yeah.
Yeah. So all are maybe same date. Now if I have given like, for that task takes around 1 day, expected task. So that should come here automatically. And from that date,
Yeah. So what we need to do is while creating the template, we need to add
right.
that fields and the time gaps between the two tasks and the dependency, right? Or the sequence kind of thing. So system, I got your point. Right now it is not there what you are expecting.
Okay.
But yeah, we can add that.
Yeah.
So
So
here, while creating this task, might be we can add something here, which will tell us that sometime before
no,
we
but
tried that, but
that
the
task is already there, right?
no,
In
this
that
task is
task,
there, but
yeah, in
yeah,
that
see.
task, the number of days or hours is already mentioned, right?
No. So I'll tell you how it works actually. So
Okay.
if you remember, whenever we are creating any new project, we need to put that expected start date and expected end date, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So the for very first task get hit once you create that project, correct? So while creating that, system has to identify which is the first task. But normally what we do, if you see in this particular, I'll show you in this tree view for this particular task in the tree view. What is happening here is, see if you see here, this is the parent, correct? And immediately there is a child. But in the other case, there is a two different parent and then child. So it is very tough. I don't know. Might be developer can do this, but we need to set the sequence in which sequence you want to create this, and according to the time gap we mentioned for each task, system can generate the
Yeah, but
estimated start date and
in the task there is a dependent task is there, right?
correct. Dependent task is there, but dependent whenever we are creating any parent task, so timeline gets updated once you are updating the timelines for child record, right? Otherwise, it will always throw the validation that your timeline is not matching with the parent timeline, right? It should be within the parent timeline. Correct. The start and end date of the all the child records like this,
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
five are the child records. Whatever the start time and end time I'm entering, it should be within the timeline of this particular parentizing.
yeah.
And
So
likewise, there are multiple parent which comes under this, and it needs to be so the for the second level of parent system calculating the dates as per the first level of parent, right? So it is I don't know, it is somehow we failed when we are doing that delivery part, but we can check with our team, we can build that.
that means when we are creating template, we should not put any date or
Correct.
any
We need to
date.
give some provision, yeah, or the
No,
priority or the
nothing should be
sequence.
there. At the moment, nothing should be there.
No, but in the template
When it
you
is a
should
template task.
map the next level or the priority, the validity, the duration of this particular task. So accordingly, system will create. Because there is one more constraint. If you have observed, whenever you are creating any template, right, it is considering the holiday list, correct? Listen to this. No, in the project itself. Whenever you are creating any new project, it is considering the holiday list. Uh,
In project, I think, Naveen, in project, there is a monitor section. There you can find the holiday list.
Okay, so whenever we are sending these updates, so according to this holiday list, it is considering. So yeah. Okay, we'll check with our team and we'll get back to you on this particular point or template. Right now, it is not there. That
Yeah. So
functionality is not there.
what is the standard rule for creating template? Is there anything specific? Should
No,
we
so
put
you
date?
have to create. Sorry.
Should we put dates, or we should keep it empty as
No,
a plain
you
task,
keep
and then
no
we create
anyway.
it as
Correct. So right now I did as an empty task, as an empty timeline, as a template because if
can you
you
open one task which is templated?
this one.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the project task, but
And
I will show
open
you
the
the
timeline.
template.
Yeah, template. I want to see template. Template.
Yeah, I'm showing you the template. So let's go to this. I'll remove this and
It is there in status, I think.
this template is equals to yes. Apply. Now these are the template.
Right.
Here I am selecting the template and timeline is I'm keeping blank.
MG. Yeah. So this was my problem also. Yeah.
See, here is the begin on days. Yeah, this is there, but sometime it gets failed. I don't know. We will check. That's the reason I told you that we will check. Because see what happens now. Might be some tasks are there which required hardly some hours, right? Not the whole day, right? So while creating, so if you maintain first task with the zero begin days, so it is a first task, right? But first task might be take 2 days. So what you will do, the whatever you are creating the next task, you will maintain as a 2, okay? But the third task will be at the same level, right? But it is treating as a 2 days after the second task, but it is a part of the same day. The third task is a part of the third day, right? But it is considering the 2 days after the second task, right? So
No,
that
but
something
in expected time, if we give like 24 hours or 48 hours, then it should consider as 2 days, and when the start date comes, and it should automatically. You understood what I'm saying? Anyway,
Days are working actually. I tested. Days are working. If you put like for one task estimated, you need 1 day. Automatically, system will create. Once your like project start date is there, from there days it calculates.
Great.
Correct. Devesh, it is working for days. If you are calculating on hourly basis, then it will create some problem. That is what I'm telling.
Oh, okay.
If it is a days, then it will work perfectly fine. But if it is a hourly based task, then it will create. That is what I'm telling.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any question pending, Dharmesh, from chat box? Hello, Dharmesh.
Yeah, Naveen, I think all the questions are covered in the chat.
Okay, cool. So we can wind up since there is no queries and questions.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Naveen.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thank you so much. Please give your feedback so we can improve next time. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.